Hey everybody, how you doing? Mark here, standing in my kitchen, ready to make hot ham and cheese sliders for dinner. Yeah, stay tuned. Okay everybody, so these sliders are just amazing, and actually I got the recipe from my daughter and I have no idea where she got the recipe from. I don't know if it's from a cookbook, I don't know if a friend gave her the recipe, I really don't know. But these are so good, and the reason why they're so good is because there is a buttery glaze that's put on the top as they're getting baked on. Oh, it's just awesome stuff. Very simple. So let's get into it. I got everything laid out on the counter. Let's go. Okay everybody, so I got everything laid out on the counter here like normal. I have 3 packages of 9 King's Hawaiian slider buns. I need 24 of them, so there will be 3 that we don't use. I have about 1.5 pounds of a Black Forest ham. Yours does not have to be Black Forest ham. If you want to use just a standard ham or a honey ham or anything like that, go right ahead. I have 1 pound of sliced Swiss cheese. I have 2 sticks of butter here. I only need 1.5 sticks, so I'll cut 1 in half and we'll melt the butter. To the melted butter, we will add 4 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, 4 teaspoons of poppy seeds, 1 tablespoon of dried minced onion, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, and 2 tablespoons of parsley flakes. For my tools, I've got a little tiny measuring cup here that measures teaspoons and tablespoons. That will be for the Dijon mustard. I have my regular measuring spoons, and then of course I've got a bowl to mix all that stuff into. I have a foil lined baking pan here, and we're going to give this a coating of shortening. So I got a little vegetable shortening here, a pastry brush just to paint the shortening all over. All right, let's get into this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is turn on our oven to 350 degrees and get that preheating. Okay, so I'm going to take this 1 stick of butter, cut it in half. Put that half stick in there. And I'm just going to cut this one in half too, just for the space in the bowl. But I'm using the whole stick. So there is a 1.5 sticks of butter right there. Let's get this in the microwave to melt it. So just put that in there for about a minute. Okay, so let's start measuring everything out. Whoa. That kind of popped open on me a little bit. Yep. That's kind of what I thought, though. It's a little empty. All right, I think that's going to be close enough to 4 teaspoons. So that will go right into the butter. Now here's my poppy seeds. I need 4 teaspoons of poppy seeds. So I'll say that was 2. Got an extra container right here. 3 and 4. And I want 1 tablespoon of these dried onions. That's what the dried onions look like. So 1 tablespoon. All right, I need 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Actually 2. We need 2. Almost screwed that up. So there's 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire. And now I need 2 tablespoons. Uh-oh. I need 2 tablespoons of dried parsley flake. You could use fresh if you wanted to. There. 2 tablespoons of parsley flakes. And I'm just going to take my little whisk here and just kind of blend that all together as best as I can. All right, that's all set up. So we'll move on to getting our buns prepped. Okay, for the buns, what we are going to do is they're all connected, okay? And we are actually going to leave them connected. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flop down the sides here. Just like that, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all the way across. So watch the tip of your blade. Make sure you don't go too high or too low. Just keep on working your way across. A little bit of downward pressure. Oh, hell, I didn't even know that. Looks like these are already, oh, they are. These were already split. Okay, but anyway, then we'll just take these, put them over here on our pan. Then we'll take the tops off. Again, try to leave it all attached if you can. It's kind of weird because usually when we buy these, they're not pre-sliced. So it's just kind of weird that these are sliced. So take the tops off. Pick up the bottoms. Again, trying to leave them all together. Put them just like that. Now, of course, for this last one, I'm not going to be able to leave them all apart because I'm not using all of them. So I'm going to break off 3. Put them right there. Break off another 3 and put those right there. Okay, now for the ham, and we're just going to lay it down one piece at a time, overlap a little bit. Basically, I want to make sure that everything is covered. All right, now everything's covered, and that's great. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the edges, fold a piece in half. Fold a piece in half. The reason I do this is just to get a good amount of meat all the way around to the edge. It seems like a lot of times people make sandwiches and the center is full, but the sides and the ends of the sandwich are really lacking. Okay, here's the other portion. So that's really one big huge sandwich. Then we'll just go around one more time with the meat. Cover everything once again. Next up is the cheese. And again, make sure everything gets covered in cheese. You first go through, make sure everything has a strip on it. Now down here I got a little bit that's not having any cheese on it, so I'm going to rip a slice in half and do that. Then continue on down. And yes, I know what you're saying, Mark. You don't have enough, or you have way too much cheese. You don't need that much. Bull crap. I'm from Wisconsin. We need more cheese. There, that looks good to me. All right, now what we're going to do is we are going to place the buns on the top. And they don't have to be how you laid it out originally. Just like that. Now we're going to take this little butter sauce. We're going to paint each of these with this butter sauce. And we want a nice heavy coating. Some of that butter is going to seep down through the meat and the cheese. Now if you wanted to, you could also just kind of drizzle it, but I kind of like just painting it on. And then once you get done, you see how I'm getting to the end and there's a lot more chunkies in the bottom, and that's fine because once we get around, we will go back and hit some of the ones that have a very light coating of the chunky stuff. So over here, we'll just start placing it on the top, just like that. Get everything well coated. I mean, all the chunkies on everything. Oh, those look good, guys. That looks really good right there. Okay, let's get these in the oven. Okay, guys, oven's up to temp, right into the middle of the oven, uncovered, so you're not wrapping it up or anything like that. And we're going to cook that for 15 minutes. All right, this is awesome. Oh, I was moving so fast and thinking, man, these sandwiches are so easy to make, and they are. They really are. I completely forgot to put the shortening on the baking pan. So we'll have to see how they come out, if they're easy to remove from the baking pan. And you don't have to foil line it either. I just do that for ease of cleanup, so you don't have to do the foil thing. So yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. Some of that butter should drip down through the meat and cheese onto the baking pan to lube it up and help brown the bottom of the rolls. But yeah, we'll have to just wait and see what happens. Okay. Sometimes you just get in those movements, you know, you just go and go and go and everything's going through your head really fast and everything, and all of a sudden you miss something, just like that. Sometimes it happens. So we got a few more minutes before those sandwich sliders are done. But I just wanted to say that you guys can do whatever you want for sides with these sandwiches. Make some mac and cheese, make a pasta salad, make a potato salad or a coleslaw. They're really quite versatile. I mean, they're basically almost like a hamburger or hot dog or anything like that. Just whatever you want, serve it with it, really. Okay, I'm not really doing anything like that today. I wanted the video to be primarily about the making of the sandwich, not a side dish with it. So today I'm not making a side dish. I'm actually just going to have some chips. I got some Pringles laid out here on the counter, and we usually do a couple of different flavors. That way people can pick and choose what they want. You know, me personally, I like the cheddar cheese or the what was it, oh yeah, the sour cream and onion. That's the other brand. That's the other flavor I like. So those are our choices. We got some buffalo and some honey mustard too. So, you know, people can just pick out the ones that they like. All right, guys, there we go. Oh, that smells so good. This down here. Okay guys, so they're out of the oven. They're just sitting here on the counter resting and cooling off. Don't cut into them right away, okay? Let them cool down just a little bit to help solidify that cheese. That way they cut a little bit easier. All right, so the best way to do this is just with a chef's knife. You're just gonna go down, press down until you hit the pan, work your way all the way across. Keep on doing it each row at a time. And turn the pan and go the other way. Last cut. I'm actually going to use a spatula. I'm hoping to pull out 2 at a time. And there we go. There you go, guys. Look at that. Those are nice looking little sandwiches. Let's take a bite of one here. Before I do though, I want to say that I did not grease the bottom of the pan, and you saw how easy they came out. So I don't think you really need to grease it. If you want to crisp up the bottom side, which I think these are fine, then yeah, put the grease on it, and that might crisp up the bottom just a little bit. All right, here we go. That butter sauce that we poured on the top, God, that's so good. Ham and Swiss cheese goes together like, well, peanut butter and jelly. I mean, they just go hand in hand together. God, that's so good. And you know, the really interesting ingredient in all this was the poppy seeds. You know, you'd be like, why would you put that in there? But it's just like another texture and another flavor on top of the bread that's there. Those poppy seeds are just awesome. And I gotta tell you, even though we put all that butter all over it, it's not really greasy. That is an amazing part about it. You know, you'd think that would sog up the bread and stuff like that. It just doesn't do that. It's just really, really good. All right, let me put this down. Those sandwiches are awesome. And they're great for a lighthearted dinner. You know, maybe you've been out hiking a trail all day long and you come home and, you know, you're hungry, but you just don't want to get a heavy meal. You know what I mean? These little sandwiches are awesome for that. They really are. I mean, just 1 or 2 of them is all you're going to need, and then you feel right as rain. They're a great dinner, and for a lunch, oh yeah, absolutely. You know, make them for a lunch for the kids or something like that. Just amazing. All right, well, this is Mark saying thanks again for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for the comments. I love it all, and it does help the channel. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. It still helps the channel, believe it or not. All right, so this is Mark saying thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys on the road. Bye.